the Alec Bradley Prensado. What's up everybody, Eric here from Tea and Tobacco, and today I'm going to be doing a blind review of this stick from Alec Bradley, so let's get to it. All right, so let's see what my wife picked out today. All right, so it looks like we are working with a nice Maduro here. It is a box press. Scent off of it is a nice sweet tobacco with a touch of chocolate in there. A little bit of forest floor in there as well. The seams are nice and tight. The veins are nice and small. The wrapper has kind of a sort of matte appearance. It has a few shiny spots, but it's mostly a matte appearance. There's not really much tooth to it. The top, the cap is a triple cap that is nicely done. So let's get this cut up and smoking. And while I'm doing that, be sure to like and subscribe. Also, if you would like to support this channel, you can check me out on Patreon and Subscribestar. The links are down in the description for both of those. And check out my various social medias that are showing up in the corner. All right, so starting off here, the draw is actually pretty tight. Flavor-wise, it's actually a very nutty flavor. Almond, walnut. There's actually a nice touch of cream in there as well. A slight touch of sweetness. And then on the finish, it's actually a nice bready flavor. Mild touch of pepper on the back of the palate, a little bit of that spicy heat. So that's where we stand right at the initial light. I will update you in a little bit. About 25 minutes in here, just past the first third mark or so. Flavor-wise, is really kind of smoothed out into a nice creamy, nutty note. That almond walnut kind of mix in there. There's a nice splash of coffee in there as well, and a very, very mild sweetness. The retrohale is a bit on the harsh side, but really kicks that coffee up and throws in a touch of white pepper. There is a mild heat on the back of the palate, but nothing like super serious. Finish isn't super long, but it's kind of just in a very light coffee realm for the most part. The body on this is actually relatively light. The flavor isn't super strong. It's actually just kind of a nice, mellow, smooth flavor. So that's kind of where we are right now. I will update you again in a little bit. Hat of the day today, I'm wearing an Epoch. This is kind of like a tweed-ish type of material. It's a wool material, but it's kind of like in a tweed style. So check it out if you're interested. Links down in the description. A whole bunch of different colors available. All right, so I'm about 50 minutes in here, past the halfway point. It still has a relatively tight draw, and that's probably one of the reasons why this smoke has lasted so long, because it was relatively tight pack. So flavor-wise, has really developed into a more earthy kind of realm. So everything's kind of deepened a bit. So the brightness off of like the almond and walnut have really kind of dropped off, and now you're kind of into the darker, deeper flavors of those type of nuts, like the little paper that comes on the outside of them that has a slight touch of that bitter flavor. The bitterness isn't there, but kind of that depth of flavor is there. Coffee's still hanging out there, but the bright edge off that has come down as well. The sweetness has really dropped off. I don't really get any anymore. The heat in the back of the palate is still lingering, but it's not crazy at all. It's still just a nice smooth smoke, just kind of the brightness has kind of dropped off more into those earthy flavors. Burn wise, I do have a little bit of a tab developing here, but there's a couple places where that happened and it kind of corrected itself really quickly, so I'm not overly worried about that. So that's kind of where we stand at past the halfway point. I will update you at the end of this thing. All right, so I am at the end of this thing, and the last piece of ash just fell off. I am down to just this little nub. One of the good things about this being such a tight pack and draw is that it didn't get hot all the way down to the end here. So just something to be aware of. Flavor-wise, going into the end, I mean, you're pretty much looking at those dark, earthy flavors, that deep coffee, that darker, nutty flavors. And also near the end here, got a nice little splash of cedar in there as well. So let's check out what this thing is. All right, so it's the Alec Bradley Prensado. Thanks for watching my review, everybody. If you enjoy my work and would like to support me, you can find me on Patreon and Subscribestar. Links are down in the description. As always, be sure to like and subscribe to this channel. You can find all my various social medias down below. And I will see you next time on Tea and Tobacco. See you.